Hello! You want to see some weird stuff? So, Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition had an update recently. Not really sure why, because I haven't been paying attention. But it was pointed out to me during my live stream I just had that Khorne is now in the Eternal League. For those of you who don't know, the Eternal League is a single-player league that's not the campaign. When Blood Bowl 2 launched, there was a single-player campaign. It was supposed to teach you how to play Blood Bowl. And then after a while, I honestly don't know when, because I don't play single-player. But at some point, they released the Eternal League, which lets you create a team, and then you join the Eternal League, and you can keep playing against the AI through a bunch of tournaments. Now, for some reason, which we'll get into in a bit, when that happens, when you start a new Eternal League, the game generates a bunch of teams, depending on how many you need in the league. Like, the default early one is 128 teams. And out of those teams, there are certain teams that are Khorne. And you can tell because they don't have a proper team name. Let me press this and go into full screen. So this is the Eternal League. I have a test team in, and I'll show you some in-game stuff a bit later. But here's what the team looks like. So it's called GUI team name Khorne part 1 _ 15 GUI team name part 2 _ something. So clearly this means that there is no name list for the Khorne teams. But this is because this team has leveled up, by the way. Unfortunately, out of the 2 TV 1000 teams that are available in this, there seems to be only 2 different builds. The 4 reroll build. Let's see if this one is different. Yes, and the 3 reroll build. So this one has both Khorne Heralds and Bloodletters in them. None of the 2 rosters have the Bloodthirster, which is the big guy, available. And as you saw on the screen here, there are no models for them. There are no models. What there are, however, are name lists for the players themselves, which are different from any current in-game player names. Like, I don't think there are any Doomed Skulls or Death Screamers, but you can also see there aren't that many variations of them. There are 2 the Cultist, for example, and so on here, and that's probably because there aren't that many last names available. And the logos are also available, or the team logos, which these are not team logos that are available for any other team. So I don't know what has happened here, but it seems there was some speculation. Oh, maybe this is Cyanide just teasing that Khorne's going to show up. That's probably not the case, because you can't actually play against. Well, you can play against them, and I will show you at the end of this, because I did that on stream. I went in game and actually simulated enough games that I got to play against the Khorne team. And since there aren't any models, everyone's invisible, and there isn't any AI active, so their terms just time out when it's when you're setting up for the first turn, and then things don't happen, or weird shit happens because there's no animations possibly. So when they want to do things, well, actually, I say there's no AI. There's some AI, because they try and pick the ball up. So let me rephrase that. It might be a case of there is AI, but because there aren't any models and no animations, they can't really do anything. That's probably, this is still speculation on my side. That's probably what's happening. So what's happened then? Speculation-wise, I think we can say a few things. Like, Khorne was in Blood Bowl 1 Chaos Edition, and it looks like the roster is for the most part the same. We haven't seen the Bloodthirster, but I don't see a real reason why they'd want to why they wouldn't want to put it in Blood Bowl 2 if they had the option as a team, since they've essentially added most of the teams already. I'm just rambling. I'm sorry about that. But this is clearly a mistake. It's probably a case of someone accidentally putting a branch or a version of the game ready on Steam without taking out stuff that shouldn't be in there. In this case, the Khorne team. So something's happening. So if we want to have a positive outlook on this, it might mean that Cyanide and Focus are working on getting the Khorne team into Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't want to release more teams if they had. It seems like Blood Bowl 2 is selling decently enough. And there are definitely assets in this version that's not just taken straight from Blood Bowl 1 Legendary Edition. Because these player icons are different. They'd have to remake them. Now, if you want to look at this with a pessimistic view, then this might just be a mistake that's left behind from when they were planning Legendary Edition and were looking at what teams are available. Do we want to go with Kislev? Do we want to go with Khorne? And they got to the point where they started working on Khorne and Kislev and then decided to go with Kislev, didn't have the money to do both, or perhaps Games Workshop said, no Khorne. So the positive me is like, yay, there's possibly Khorne coming, but it might also just be, you know, leftovers from something that could possibly have happened and then didn't. In any case, it means that you can't create a new Eternal League right now, this weekend that I'm uploading this, because normally Cyanide doesn't update the game over weekends. Because if you run into a Khorne team, you won't be able to play. You'll be able to concede and then, you know, crash out or close the game down, but you won't be able to play a proper game. So, rambling over, here are some quick looks from the stream where I talked about... Sorry this was so long. Where I've shown off how invisible the team is. You know what? We're gonna full screen this. This is important. Most likely, it's just gonna be an invisible team. Or it's just not gonna work. Okay, so... their inducements. They have Lord Borak the Despoiler. Willem Cheney. Max. Helmut. Morgentorg. And Grashnak Blackhoof. Okay. Let's see what happens. Exciting, exciting. Invisible Khorne! Come on, GUI team name, Khorne part 1 dash underscore 15, GUI team name something. Well, you know what? We've seen the invisible stuff. Wait, what? There we go. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's no AI here. So we're gonna let the setup time run out, and then we're just gonna sit around and wait a bit. Cause there's probably no AI. Okay. Oh. This is no... Damn it! Now it's going to take even longer. I don't even know what the timer is for this move. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing it, maybe it just, when the timeout, they just defaulted to picking a player and I didn't notice it. And then he caught it and that freaked everything out. But that still doesn't explain why it necessarily crashed right here. Wait. Yeah, they are playing. Right? They actually just moved. He's over here now. Like, it's... Yeah, like, I don't think... I can't deal with not having animations. I guess. So, to make a long story short, because I have like 12 minutes of me playing against an invisible team, in the end... There might have been some AI. We speculated that the issue was that there was no animation, which kind of screwed up how the turns worked. In any case, there's a tiny bit of Khorne in Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition Eternal League at the moment. If you're thinking about starting an Eternal League single player and playing on your own, maybe wait until Monday. Thank you for watching me rambling on about this for way longer than the content dictates. And, you know, smash the like button and subscribe and whatnot. And let's all hope, you know what? Let's all hope for Khorne. It would be lovely if they showed up in Blood Bowl 2. So, yeah. Cyanide, focus. Get it done. Thank you.